3 in the morning, I was still sitting in the office. In front of me were several smear campaign drafts that had been urgently intercepted. Although Zhao Hui was in prison, the remaining forces of the Zhao family weren't completely dead. They allied with some people who were jealous of Dynasty. Freelance media tried to spread rumors that my source of funding was unclear. CEO Chen, the legal department has sent out lawyers' letters, but public opinion is still fermenting. Some people are saying you're engaged in illegal fundraising, trying to touch me with low-level tricks like illegal fundraising. I lit a cigarette, looking out at the quiet street outside the window. In my past life, my reputation was also ruined by such rumors. I even lost my job. But now, I hold absolute power in my hands. Send all our tax certificates and audit reports to the authorities. Also, contact Mr. Li. I'll get on it right away. Chenan, you should rest. You haven't slept for 2 days. I looked at her worried expression. A strange feeling stirred in my heart, but I quickly suppressed it. I don't need concern right now. Only loyalty. Go rest after you're done. Tomorrow morning, as soon as the market opens, I want those rumor mongers to go bankrupt. The financial circle of Modu will definitely not sleep tonight. I stared at the stock chart like a hunter stalking its prey. Those who hide in the shadows and take pot shots have no idea what kind of opponent they are facing. I don't just see the present, I can also see their every future move. The storm of public opinion subsided, and the rumor-mongering media outlets went bankrupt one by one. Dynasty Capital's market value not only didn't fall, but instead increased by 30%, thanks to Mr. Li's endorsement. I stood on the rooftop. Behind me was the prosperity of all of Modu. Shenroxi approached in high heels, holding a new cooperation agreement in his hand. Chenan, you really don't seem like a 20-year-old. Sometimes I feel like an old demon resides in your body. Is Director Shen praising me, or being sarcastic? He walked to my side and stood shoulder to shoulder, looking out at the river. The Shen family's southern laboratory has been fully merged into Dynasty technology. Our first-generation AI chip is about to go into mass production. This signals that I will officially transform from a speculator into a true industry tycoon. Someone in Jingcheng has their eyes on you. The Shen family can protect you, for a while, but not forever. You need to think of an escape route for yourself. I don't need an escape route. Every step I take forward is a path to survival. So Qingying came over with a coat and gently draped it over my shoulders. She has grown accustomed to this role now. Quiet and dutiful, the arrogance of the young lady from before is gone. I looked at the distant lights, understanding clearly in my heart, the real battle of wits has only just begun. Jingcheng. In my previous life, I didn't even have the right to go there. In this life, I want the people there to remember my name. I turned and strode into the office. Shen Ruoxi and Su Qingying flanked me, following behind. At this moment, I felt an unprecedented sense of power, and no longer the poor kid who had a 10 million check thrown in his face. Outside the airplane window were clouds drifting at 10,000 meters. The plane's wing cut across the sky. Destination, straight to Jingcheng. I leaned back in the spacious leather seat, flipping through the chart of Jingcheng's power players provided by Shen Roxy. Su Qingying sat in the adjacent seat, meticulously checking the schedule for after we land. Her level of professionalism now is completely capable of handling the work of a top-tier secretary. CEO Chen, the airport pickup has been arranged, but the young master of the Ai family in Jingcheng has sent word. At tonight's charity banquet, he hopes you can attend on time. The Ai family, the very family that was known in my past life as the Ai family that controlled half of Jingcheng's electronics industry. 2 years from now, the Ai family will collapse due to a capital chain rupture, but right now, they are still untouchable giants. For the Ai family's young master to invite me at this time is clearly a show of force against an outsider like me. Miss Shen reminded me, the Ai family's tactics are very dirty. Should we decline? Why decline? They've already set the stage. If I don't go, how can the show go on? The plane landed smoothly at the capital airport. I stepped out of the cabin. The dry, cold air hit my face. This is no longer the warm Yuncheng, nor the prosperous Modu, but the center of power. I adjusted the collar of my suit. In my previous life, I was just a delivery boy in this city. This life, I want this city to turn its head for me. The car drove steadily into the city center. Watching the red walls and green tiles pass by the window, my heart was unusually calm. Whether it's the Ai family, or the power circle in Jingcheng. Before me, a person with 10 years of memories. They are just remnants of an old era. The club. In front of the entrance, luxury cars were like clouds. An attendant in a cheongsam led me inside. Stepping into the main hall, all conversation immediately quieted down. Countless scrutinizing gazes fell upon me. Young Master Yi Feng stood in the middle of the crowds, swirling a tall glass of wine in his hand. His eyes carried a bone-deep arrogance. So this is the Chen and who's been causing a stir in Modu? Tio Chen doesn't look so special. A burst of laughter erupted from the crowd. Su Qingying stood behind me. Her body stiffened slightly, but she quickly regulated her breathing and stood there calmly. I ignored Yu Feng's provocation and went straight to a nearby sofa to sit down. Young Master Ye, 3 heads and 6 arms. That's a monster. I'm just an ordinary person who likes to make money. Make money. Money in Jingcheng isn't that easy to make. I hear you want a piece of this electronics chip pie? I advise you to go back to where you came from lest you lose everything, down to your last pair of underwear. He slammed his wine glass down on the table in front of me. The liquid splashed out. This kind of low-level humiliation, I've seen it many times in my past life. I leisurely took out a handkerchief to wipe my hands, and looked up into his eyes. Young Master Yi, instead of worrying about my underwear, you should worry a little about the Ai family's shipment of raw materials being held up in Southeast Asia. If I remember correctly, that's the Ai family's lifeline this year, isn't it? Yi Feng's expression changed instantly. That matter was strictly covered up by the Ai family. It was impossible for outsiders to know. He stared at me intently. His eyes revealed a look of horror for the first time. The party is wonderful, but I don't like young Master Yes wine. I left calmly under everyone's gaze. Su Qingying followed me out the main door. Her eyes were filled with disbelief as she looked at me. She was probably wondering how many more trump cards I had yet to play. Back at the hotel, I immediately gave the first order. I know where the Ai family's current Achilles heel is. In my past life, the Ai family's collapse began with an internal leak, and the person who leaked the information is now, due to gambling debts, being brutally beaten by Yi Feng. Go to the underground casino in the south of the city, find a man named Lao Wu and bring him here. His debts, I will pay double for him. Su Qingying quickly took notes beside me. She was now used to my leap of faith decision-making. She no longer asked why, only responsible for executing the work perfectly. An hour later, Lao Wu was brought before me. Xiao Chen, please save me. Yi Feng is going to kill me. He can't kill you. Give me the real data from the Yi family's electronic ledgers. I will send you abroad. Lao Wu hesitated for less than 3 seconds before nodding in agreement. In the face of life and death, loyalty isn't worth a dime. After getting the data, I didn't rush to publicize it. Instead, I called Shen Ruoxi directly. You move really fast. The Ai family just made a move and you already have them by their weak spot. Director Shen, prepare the capital. Tomorrow morning, as soon as the market opens, we will acquire the entire core industry of the Ai family. Hanging up the phone, I walked to the window. The night view of Jingcheng is beautiful but also full of killing intent. I know that after tomorrow, Yi family will become history, and the name Dynasty Capital will completely shake Jingcheng. Go and rest. Tomorrow will need a lot of energy for the harvest. Su Qingying nodded. She looked at my back. An indescribable worship appeared in her eyes. I knew she was now completely devoted to me. The stock market had only been open for half an hour. The 3 listed companies of the Yi family all hit their limit down. The tycoons in Jingcheng who had been watching from the sidelines could no longer sit still. They looked at the red numbers dancing on the big screen. Their faces were all written with horror. What's happening? The Yi family is being maliciously shorted. Who would have such guts? I sat in the VIP room of the trading floor. In front of me were several computers. Shen Ruoxi sat beside me. He was rapidly executing orders. Every move hitting the Ai family's weak spots, as precise as a surgical operation. Chen An, the data you provided is incredible. The Ai family's capital chain is broken. They are completely beyond saving now. This is just the interest. Yesterday, Yi Feng said, I wasn't worthy of making money. I have to show him how money is lost. Just then, Yi Feng frantically pushed open the VIP room door. His eyes were bloodshot. His tie was askew. The arrogance of last night was gone. He rushed towards me, wanting to grab my collar, but he was pinned to the ground by bodyguards. Chen An, you're a madman. You're courting death. The power circle in Jingcheng won't let you off. Young Master Yi, the power circle only follows the strong. To them, you no longer have any value to exploit. I signaled the bodyguards to throw him out. Su Qingying stood by, watching the once arrogant Yi Feng being dragged away like a dead dog. She sighed softly. This scene reminded her of the Su family from before. Stop sighing. Notify the finance department to begin taking over the Ai family's core assets. I walked out of the trading floor. The sunlight was a bit dazzling. I knew the fall of the Ai family was just the beginning. I have completely stirred the waters of Jingcheng. On the 7th day after the Yi family's collapse, Dynasty Capital's Jingcheng branch was officially established. At the opening ceremony, the Jingcheng tycoons who once looked down on me were now all smiles, lining up to give me their business cards. Profit is the only passport in this circle. Xiao Chen is so young and talented. I hope you look after us in Jingcheng from now on. Of course, let's all get rich together. I dealt with these false pleasantries without a ripple in my heart. Su Qingying wore an elegant black formal dress, gracefully moving among the guests, helping me handle the trivial social interactions. She had completely adapted to this high-intensity life. CEO Chen, congratulations. Everyone in Jingcheng knows you now. Chen An is the real golden touch. Director Shen has also earned quite a bit, hasn't he? If it weren't for your capital support, I wouldn't have been able to acquire the Ai family so quickly. Shen Ruoxi smiled. His eyes held a new depth they didn't have before. We are not just partners now, but a community of shared interests. I looked at the noisy crowd below the stage, and suddenly remembered the day I was reborn. That 10 million check seemed so ridiculous now. Su Jiangguo, do you see this? Back then, you wanted to use money to buy out my future. In the end, it allowed me to buy the expectations of all of Jingcheng.